Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. True. Funny. Model and actress Kim Porter, who shared 3 children with musician and entrepreneur Sean Diddy Combs, died Thursday. A representative of the Combs estate told CNN. Kim Porter was only 47 years old. Porter and Combs were a couple for more than a decade. Until 2007, they had twin daughters and a son together. Porter also had a son from a previous relationship. News of Porter's passing elicited heartfelt condolences from across the internet and the entertainment industry. Kim Porter, gone too soon, our condolences. All right, folks, how you doing? My name is Tim Black. Welcome to the Tim Black at Night show. I'm glad you guys could make it. I'm glad to be here tonight. It's guys, we had some snow today. First, we looked out the window. There was snow, bad weather here in the D.C. area. Then I get this horrible news about Kim Porter. 47 is too young. 47. I think we'll be saying that too young thing for a long time. I think you always say that. The older you get, the older you say is too young. But all we know at this point is she was suffering from some type of flu-like symptoms, and that's all we know. So my condolences once again to the family and friends of Kim Porter. I'm sure that many people are devastated today. All right, guys, so I got a lot of news I'd like to get to. If you guys are up for it, you'd like to, be filled in on what happened today while you were at work or while you were busy doing whatever you're doing, I've been covering the news. So let me give you some of that stuff right about now, guys. Booyah, booyah, booyah. So we got stories about the battle in Florida. New news about that. New news. Did I say new news? I said new news. We have Michael Avenatti. Avenatti, Illuminati situation going on there. We want to update you on that. The lawyer for Stormy Daniels. Bernie Sanders is calling out Walmart. Nancy Pelosi getting the speakership hasn't been so easy. There's a movement. It's kind of a counter movement against Nancy Pelosi that we're going to talk about tonight, and called the Never Pelosi movement. But first, guys, let's start out with Andrew Gillum over in Florida. Booyah, booyah, booyah. Now, we've all been keeping our eye on Florida, and as we know, the highly publicized race between Andrew Gillum against DeSantis there in Florida for the governor's seat was big news. And we were really focusing on Florida. And I guess based on the polling data that was coming out, a lot of us thought that Andrew Gillum was going to win that race. But turns out at the end of the night, DeSantis was up. And this was even with the backing. Like, Andrew Gillum had a lot of support. He had Bernie Sanders come out. He had President Barack Obama also came out. And many notable celebrities. Sean Diddy, he came out there to support, did a rally for Gillum just before the election day. So Gillum definitely had star power and the power of the Democratic Party behind him. DeSantis, though, he had Donald Trump. And as we know, Donald Trump did win Florida. So initially, Andrew Gillum had conceded and said, okay, he came out, he gave his concession speech, and he said that DeSantis had won. But shortly thereafter, he unconceded and said he wanted to make sure that all the votes were counted before conceding. So here we go today. We got an update on what happened here. Andrew Gillum loses Florida. Loses the Florida governor race to GOP's Ron DeSantis following a machine recount. Now, this is all based on if you believe those damn machines. Got to believe the machines for this to matter to you, but based on the machines have done the counting, and the counting is as follows. Andrew Gillum, Florida's Democratic candidate for governor, has lost his historical race to Republican challenger Ron DeSantis following a machine recount of all the ballots in the state, as reported by USA Today. The machine recount put DeSantis just ahead of Gillum with 4,075,879 votes to the Democrats' 4,042,195 votes. This leaves Gillum, who hoped to become Florida's first black governor, with 49.79% of the vote. Now, Florida mandates ballots be counted by hand following a machine recount should a candidate's margin of victory be 0.25% or less. 0.25% or less, folks. As it stands, DeSantis has a margin of 0.42. So that's where we are on that. That's where we are there. So look. This is disappointing for a lot of people. And for me, it's disappointing. It's not because Gillum is just a Democrat, so I'm suiting up and I'm booted with the Democrats. That's not why it's disappointing. It's disappointing because of the policies that Andrew Gillum was standing for, are policies I think would really help Florida. That's the reason why you should support anyone, is what they say they intend to do for you. Should that be the name tag? Should that be what they look like? Should that be who they sleep with? Should that be the color of their skin? Should that be where they worship? Should that be what music they listen to? Should that be what size tennis shoes they wear? Or if they don't like tennis shoes? Should that be what kind of food they like to consume? It should be based on what they plan to do for you, and if you believe that they will go do that for you. And if they do not do what they say they're going to do, then that's when you go do the Sandman Sims. Remember the Apollo tap dance guy would come out there? Yeah, and they jank him off stage. If you go back real far, you may remember the Gong Show, where they go out and gong you. Remember that? Well, that's what you do to them if they don't do what they say they're going to do. So Gillum originally stood for Medicare for All, which morphed into more affordable health care for all, which is better than DeSantis, who wasn't even for pre-existing conditions until the race started. He had to modify that because Gillum was talking about giving everybody health care. DeSantis was like, oh, we can't have that. I can't win being the guy that's willing to let people die just because they had to change jobs. Gillum was also for increasing the minimum wage. He was also for, battling mass incarceration, prison justice reform. He was a supporter of unions. These are things I thought Florida might need help with. He was also very, very supportive of the environment. So, and not taking money, getting money out of politics, that was something Gillum was, I wanted more from Gillum on that point. I did want more from Gillum on that. But when I looked at both candidates, I looked at Gillum, I looked at DeSantis, and it wasn't even close as far as expertise. It wasn't close as far as where the policies landed, in my opinion. But obviously the people of Florida, they saw it another way. And they saw DeSantis, and they said, DeSantis, that's our guy. So my condolences to Florida, who looks like if the recount stays as it is, because so many things are going on in Florida, guys, I'm trying to tell you, it's all over the place in Florida. I'm kind of hesitant to even make this call, but USA Today is reporting it. A number of other sites are reporting it. As of right now, Andrew Gillum has not conceded on his website or on Twitter. Someone can check that. One of you guys can check that for me. Maybe let me know, because I don't see it. But as it stands right now, based on the machinery count, the new governor of Florida is DeSantis. All right. All right. Tough. Speaking of tough, guys, Avenatti, Michael Avenatti, you guys know this guy, right? If you have a TV, if you have cable, if you watch any cable news, any corporate cable news, I'm sure you know who this guy is. This guy is Michael Avenatti. He is the lawyer for Stormy Daniels, the porn star who said she slept with Donald Trump and then she was given money to not tell anybody. She didn't get back the money, but she told everybody, especially Avenatti. Well, Michael Avenatti, as reported yesterday, that Michael Avenatti had been arrested for domestic violence, which included injuries to an unknown woman whose name or identity had not been disclosed. This came as a big shocker because many people were talking about Michael Avenatti being a potential candidate in the Democratic primary here in 2020. In fact, some people, such as Bill Maher, on Real Time with Bill Maher with the Real Timers, they were saying that Avenatti was the Democrats' best shot. Gotta go with that guy. That guy's tough, man. He called out Trump on Twitter and everything. He be tweeting harsh just like Trump. That's exactly what the world needs, what the country needs, is somebody who's willing to take on Donald Trump. Now, I've always been hesitant about Michael Avenatti. I needed more than that. Hell, I can tweet. What that mean? I can tweet, man. I can tweet some tough stuff. What that mean? Come on, Bill. Come on, Bill. Moderate, liberal. Get it together. So anyway, guys, so we were all kind of stunned. I was stunned, though, because I don't know. Just because I don't think a guy should become our president because of his tweeting skills does not mean I think he beats women. They don't. But that's what they were reporting that he was arrested for. So last night before we went to Showtime, Michael Avenatti, he was released on bail, and he made a statement. He spoke. He said it was all a fabrication. Not just a fabrication, a complete fabrication. All right? He said he did not put his hands on a woman. He would not put his hands on a woman. He would never do that. He loves his children. He's an advocate for women. They got it wrong. But he also said that he thought the LAPD did an excellent job, and they did what they had to do. They had no choice but to arrest him. So I was confused. Like, if a police officer, if they arrest me for something I didn't do, they ain't doing their job. That's not doing a good job. Arresting me for something I didn't do is not a plottable action. I don't support being arrested for something. But Michael Avenatti was like, hey, the LAPD did what they had to do, but they were wrong, though, because I didn't do what they... Anyway, so here we go. So I noticed tonight, as I look for more updates on Michael Avenatti, I see he's back on Twitter. He's making comments. And I also see something I think is kind of suspicious, and that is a lot of people are coming for him. Yeah, a lot of people are coming for Michael Avenatti. They're really having a ball with this one. Fox News, Breitbart, The Blaze, Washington Times, anything right of center, anything on the right at all, the media, they are coming for Avenatti. They are tickled pink. They are happier than a pig in slop right now to see Michael Avenatti on the hot seat. My thing is, they saying that Avenatti was willing to throw Kavanaugh under the bus, throw others under the bus, but he wants due process. And Avenatti's retort is, no, I want people to have due process, but I'm part of the process that they get to have. This is me challenging them in the court of law. Well, Michael Avenatti, he lashed out on social media Thursday, suggesting that the incident was a setup to ruin his reputation. First Mueller and now me. When we are fully exonerated, I'm coming for you, Jacob Walla, a.k.a. Surefire. He tweeted in reference to a social media figure, Jacob Wall, who's implicated in a scheme to offer women money to make false sexual misconduct allegations against special counsel Robert Mueller. Wow. Now, I'm telling you guys, when I was reading the remarks that Avenatti made last night at the press conference after bailing out, $50,000 bail, he bailed out, he was saying how he felt he was being, someone was trying to take him down, that they were trying to stop his work, is what he said in a statement. So I'm looking at this and I'm like, you know what? If there's anything to this, because regardless of how we feel personally about whatever, right? We always want justice, right? Right? Don't we always want justice, folks? Come on, Tim Black's Wolfpack. That's what we fight for. We fight for justice. We don't have to agree politically. We don't have to agree about personalities. It's about justice at the end of the day. We can talk about what we don't like and what we do like and all that other stuff, but we never want to see a good person, an innocent person, be railroaded. And we also, we also don't want to see criminals and crooks and corrupted bastards get away with it, right? We don't want to see that either, right? It's just whenever I see people jumping up and down really happy that somebody's life is turning upside down, it's just hard for me to pile on that. Now, unless I know you are corrupt, unless I know it, I can't go with it, guys. See, we have to have some form of ethics, guys. Here on the TBTV, Tim Black TV, TTL Media, we got to stand with ethics. And just because I don't think he should be president doesn't mean I think his reputation should be ruined. Now, Avenatti, man, he's got to answer for who he is. I have to answer for who I am. You have to answer for who you are. The woman who pressed charges against Avenatti, I would love for this woman to come forward. She would get a long press run. Everyone would have her on TV, and we should have the opportunity to hear her out. Now, his ex-wife says she's not the woman. She has no idea what we're talking about or what the media is talking about, who are saying that he physically abused a woman that's not his ex-wife. She came out, she said it wasn't her. She hasn't spoken to Michael in some time, and he has never been physically violent to her. So that's what was stated. What I will do, folks, is I will keep you up to date with this story. I'll let you know what it is, and whatever we find out is what will be reported, because we don't play for teams here. The only team we play for is the truth team. Truth. All right, guys. Give it up for that. Thank y'all. Now, this is the part of the show where I remind you that you are watching TBTV, which is Black Independent Media, right? This show is not owned by the DNC. It's not owned by the RNC. It's not owned by Rupert Murdoch. I don't get kickbacks from any entity, the Koch brothers or Soros, and none of that. Not saying I would turn it down because I'm broke as hell. No, I don't want that. I don't want them type of problems, man. I don't want them type of problems. What I'm saying, guys, is when you support this show, you support independent media from a black perspective, a black progressive, independent, strong perspective. So what I want you to know is, well, you know how people complain? They complain like, hey, we can't believe none of this news. All these fake-ass people, they just lying for the Democrats, or all these fake-ass people just kissing Trump's ass. Well, we don't do that here. We don't do that here. So you have just stumbled upon an entity that does not do that here. All right? The door is open for anybody who wants to come in and become a member of Tim Black's Wolfpack. We do not carry water for any political party. But we will call out Trump when it's time to call out Trump, and we will call out Nancy Pelosi and the Democrats when it's time to call them out. And oh my God, that's our next story. Nancy Pelosi. Let's do this, y'all. Let's do this. All right. That's my jam right there. That's my, give it up for the We Can Do Better. Give it up for We Can Do Better. All right. So Nancy Pelosi, now we all know what happened with the Democrats over the elections, right? We've all paying attention to that. We're pretty aware. And Nancy Pelosi was the minority leader. Now she's the majority leader in the House, and she was looking to become Speaker of the House. And she's been making a round saying how a lot of people support her. I'm blocking the hell. I don't mean to be blocking her like that, guys. Damn thing. There we go. Let's do that over there. This is too much going on, man. Let me come over here, guys. This looks crazy. All right. So check it out. Here we go. Nancy Pelosi's been saying how she's got a lot of support in the House. That she is she's the person who should become the leader of the Democrats in the House. That's what she should be, a Speaker of the House. And she said she had the votes to do it, but it turns out this may not be the case because there's this movement amongst the Democrats. And I don't know if you heard about it. It's called #NeverNancy. And there are a number of Democrats who are on this list who have shown that they really don't think Nancy Pelosi should be the Speaker of the House. In fact, they're thinking it's time to do a changing of the guard, so to speak. Let some other people have a seat at the table. Maybe transition into some fresher, newer blood, maybe. Now, you may remember Alexandria Ocasio defeated Joe Crowley over there in New York, and that Joe Crowley was expected to be the heir apparent for Nancy Pelosi's job. But that damn socialist Ocasio-Cortez knocked him out, so now we got nobody. I mean, maybe Steny Hoyer. Ugh. But anyway, Nancy Pelosi. So Nancy Pelosi, she's sitting there and she's saying, hey, what about me? I'm powerful. I can raise a lot of money, which is the only way you're really judging the Democratic Party. It's not by the legislation you pass. It's not about how you can whip votes. It's about how much money you raise for the party. That's it. You know, the Democratic Party is just like a callous woman, only cares about what kind of car you drive. A very shallow date that only cares where if your dad owns a thriving business. You know, that type of thing. You know, that's it. Not the type of relationship you want to build a future with. So, I got a couple articles here. One of them is Never Nancy, Revolt Brewing against Pelosi as rebellious House Dems refuse support for her speaker bid. They call it a revolt inside the Democratic Party. Now, as I was looking into this article, I said, like, who are these people that have the courage to go against Nancy Pelosi? Turns out there are a number of people. Let me give you a couple names. Tim Ryan, Democrat out of Ohio. Seth Moulton, Democrat out of Massachusetts. Kathleen Rice, Democrat out of New York. Ed Perlmutter, Democrat out of Colorado. I guess these are all Democrats. Let me just name them. Kurt Schrader, Philemon Vila, Stephen Lynch, Marsha Fudge, Bill Foster, Brian Higgins, Linda Sanchez, Jim Cooper, Representative-elect Jeff Van Drew, Representative-elect Joe Cunningham, Representative-elect Max Rose, and Representative-elect Anthony Brindisi. Brindisi, okay? Give it up for that. Because I'm kind of impressed that these people would have the courage, the guts to step out on the line and say, hey, no, I think that it's time for her to step aside. And I also notice there's not many well-known Democrats on this list. I mean, I'm not saying, look, guys, I'm not trying to disrespect. I'm just saying, like, where's I don't know, all the well-known, like, Democrats that could be on this list. You know, the names are just, ring out like pow. The names, I'm not seeing it. Or maybe I just don't know these people. Maybe these people are very popular. I just don't know it. If that's even possible. Anyway, someone here, this is a quote. It says, I think we need new voices in Congress at all levels from all the new members who are going to be arriving to the highest levels. I mean, I can see how that makes sense. I mean, now, maybe I spoke too soon. This challenger here. This is the end of the Pelosi. This isn't the end of Pelosi's problems, said Fudge, a former chair of the powerful Congressional Black Caucus. They say Fudge is reportedly considering her own speaker bid. The Ohio Congress member hasn't yet made a decision, she told a local paper. People are asking me to do it, and I'm thinking about it, Fudge told Cleveland.com Sabrina Eaton. I need to give it some thought and see if I have any interest. I am at the very beginning of this process. It is just in discussion at this point. Now, so I'm looking at this, and I know that people have been upset about Nancy Pelosi's leadership, and I mean, because they like winning and haven't been doing much winning under Pelosi as Speaker or as the leader of the Democrats in the House. I don't know, guys. I really don't know. I know there are a number of people who are looking to unseat her. I don't know. Was it Barbara Lee? Well, you know what, guys? I will dig into this. I know that there have been a couple people who have contacted me, and they said, Tim, we need to support change of the guard in the House, and won't you get involved in this? And I think maybe we will get involved in it, guys. I think we will. Yeah, I'm all for changing of the guard. I'm all for new blood coming in and shaking up the party. I mean, I think the Democratic Party needs a lot of shaking up. Look at what Trump just did. Look what's happening. Don't you see that the country's changing? You can't just stay with the old game plans. I mean, people have been misreporting a lot about what happened in the midterm elections. I mean, Donald Trump and the Republicans lost a couple seats, but Obama lost a lot more seats than Trump lost. And so did Bill Clinton. I'm just telling you the numbers. So the country's changing and leadership needs to change, I feel. But I felt that way since 2016, so, yeah. Anyway, give it up for that, guys. Give it up for that. Yep. It is what it is. It is what it is. So Andrew Gillum. Now, I got a story I'd like to bring you up to speed on real quick, if you don't mind here. Julian Assange, guys. Now, one thing that bothers me One thing that bothers me about the Julian Assange thing, I was right. One thing that bothers me about Julian Assange, and if anybody out there who doesn't know, Julian Assange is a damn journalist. He's a journalist, and he's not a spy. He's not a hacker. He's someone who believes that truth matters. Now, here in the U.S., the Democratic Party did their best to shame Julian Assange for exposing facts, not misinterpretations, not fabrications, but actual documents on a website that were delivered to Julian Assange and WikiLeaks. Now, a lot of people have been upset with Julian Assange ever since they helped Snowden and troves of documents that told unflattering truths about the U.S. government all the way back to George W. Bush. And they've been trying to come up with a charge for Julian Assange because they just basically want to punish him for being a journalist. Now what they're trying to do is they're trying to soften up Ecuador to turn Julian Assange over, and that's the latest, right? So U.S. preparing to prosecute Assange. That's the report. The Department of Justice is reportedly preparing to prosecute WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange in hopes to try him in a U.S. courtroom. The Wall Street Journal reported today, citing people familiar with the matter, that prosecutors have been discussing different charges to level against Assange and how to bring him back to the U.S. Ecuador granted asylum to Assange back in 2012, and he has been living in that country's embassy in London ever since. However, Ecuadorian President Lenin Moreno, who was elected last year, has reportedly soured on Assange. If Assange were to be sent to the U.S. to stand trial, it would not be a legitimate trial. You do understand. They will railroad this man and put him in prison, maybe for the rest of his life. So I have a huge problem with that. But I also have a problem with the fact that he has to be holed up in the Ecuadorian embassy to begin with. Julian Assange did not destroy the U.S. elections. Julian Assange did not hack the DNC. Julian Assange is just a journalist with a website. And it's called WikiLeaks. If you have a problem with the truth, maybe you shouldn't lie so damn much. If you have a problem with people finding out what you said behind closed doors or in private emails, maybe you shouldn't have said it. People have been talking a lot about Acosta, CNN. They've been saying how Acosta, freedom of speech and freedom of the press. But they won't say a word about Julian Assange. You're a hypocrite. That's what you are. If you are all bent out of shape about Acosta losing a hard press pass for the White House, but you are no problem at all with Julian Assange being holed up in an embassy for 6 years, away from family, friends, medical treatment, you're a special kind of hypocrite. Julian Assange deserves freedom. And what the U.S. is trying to do is punish him for being a journalist. Something the world needs more of, not less of. So I support Julian Assange for the reasons I just laid out, because I think truth is more important than anything else. And whistleblowers lay it all on the line. What does Acosta lay on the line? Nothing. All right. Boy, I tell you. Yeah. Okay. Now, folks, let's move on. If you're still here. Someone else I respect, I respect this gentleman here. Gotta keep moving my chair, blocking people. How many people know this guy? Yeah, that's our friend Bernie Sanders. That's who that is. It's Bernie Sanders. And Bernie Sanders recently, he took on Jeff Bezos. Right? Amazon. Said the Amazon, why are we subsidizing Amazon? Freaking Jeff Bezos won't even pay his workers a fair wage. So then Jeff Bezos said, okay, Bernie, we'll raise wages. We will raise wages, but we're going to cut some people off. Yeah, we're going to take away their ability to earn extra money. We're going to take away their incentives, all that good stuff. So basically, it'll all be a wash. I got a feeling that that's going to come back to haunt Jeff Bezos because I think Bernie's not done with you, and neither is the public. Well, not Jeff. Bernie Sanders has a new person or a new entity. It's really not new because when I had Rokan on the show and they were talking about the Stop Bezos Act, which is the stop the freaking corporations for taking advantage of the American people by using subsidies, getting government subsidies, which is free money, avoiding paying taxes, and then not taking care of their workers. The Bad Employee Zero Out Subsidies Act. That's it. Well, just out today, I've read this article. Bernie Sanders unveils the Stop Walmart Act. Stop Walmart. That's right. Sanders on Thursday introduced a bill titled the Stop Walmart Act that would prevent large companies from buying back stock unless they pay all employees at least $15 an hour. I'm trying to tell you guys. See, part of what's happening, what's been going on, guys, is they've been saying, oh man, the economy's so up. Everything's up. Well, part of the reason why it looks up is because these corporations have been buying back their own stock. Yeah, they've been making money off buying back their own stock. So it's sort of like not as up as they think it is or as it appears to be. And Bernie's saying, if you're going to enrich yourself by buying back your own stock, fine. But you got to pay your workers $15 an hour. Makes sense to me. Allow workers also, not just $15 an hour, but allow workers to earn up to 7 days of paid sick leave and limit CEO compensation to no more than 150 times the median pay of its staffers. That sounds crazy to y'all. A CEO, the limit is 150 times what you pay your median employee. Not even your lowest paid employee, your median salaried employee. Oh my God, I can drag myself out of bed for less than, $2 million a day. So anyway, Bernie calling Walmart the poster child for corporate greed. Sanders noted the poster child for corporate greed. Sanders noted that the company made $13 billion in profits last year and paid CEO Doug McMillon more than $22 million, or 1,188 times the typical worker who earned $19,177 a year. Booyah! Booyah! Oh my God, y'all. Meanwhile, we give them subsidies. Yeah, we give them subsidies, and they just keep the money. They keep the money. They don't pay the employees anymore. And you know what Walmart does, right? They make it so you can't even become full-time. So they're like, we make you full-time. We might have to actually give you insurance. How many hours you worked? Oh, stop everything. Drop that. Go home. Guys, I understand people have a knee-jerk reaction to defend corporations because they say, oh, if it wasn't for these corporations, where would the workers be? But you realize that workers if you leave it up to corporations, they have children as little as 5 years old working in factories. They have drivers, for instance, driving cars, driving trucks, delivering goods to stores 36 hours straight, no breaks, right? Like, this is the reason why we have unions. That's the reason why unions are so important, because corporations and greed is too powerful for you to just be like, well, let's leave it up to the corporations. They took all the risks, so let's leave it up to them. No, you can't. Not in a functioning society. This is not about robbing corporations of their money and just giving it to people. This is about the people that help them make the money, which are the employees, being fairly compensated, protecting those workers' rights. I wish that these people who just kiss the corporation's ass so much because I don't know what it is with them. They hope to one day be a corporate bloodsucker. I wish that they would care about workers at least as much as you care about corporations. I'm not saying corporations are evil. I'm not saying everyone who owns a corporation is evil. I'm saying if you are as well off as the Walmarts, the Waltons, or Jeff Bezos, have a heart, pay your people a decent wage so that they don't have to be subsidized by taxpayers so that they can eat and live. Listen, and I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna leave it alone. 40% of the people that are homeless have jobs. They just don't make enough money on those jobs. Okay? Profits went up. Pay went down. You understand? Profits went up. Pay went down. Efficiency of workers went up. Our workers are more efficient than they've ever been in the history of working. The pay has went down. Okay? Like that song say, the rent's too damn high, the profits are too damn high, and the workers' pay is too damn low. Get it? All right. Lord. All right, Nancy, I gave you a rough time. And you know, like, I don't know what's going to happen with Nancy. But I do know, someone sent me this. What you see here are people helping people. What you see behind me are people helping people. It's going on in Kansas City. What they do is they go around and they give out food. They give out food to people that are what? Hungry. People that are hungry who need food. This is what they do. These are just volunteers giving friends food, helping people that they care about. Well, for some reason, that's a violation because they said, hey, you can't give people food because those people might get sick if you give them food. So they got to sit out here and not eat because you can't be giving them food. We got to protect them. Will you feed them? No, we won't feed them. So if I give them a burger, I'm putting them at risk. And your solution to keeping them safe is not giving them something to eat. Oh, damn that. Damn that. Just damn you, damn that. Screw that. That don't make no damn sense. Look, I'm going to be honest with you guys. Have you ever been so hungry that you would just eat from somebody you didn't know who just walked down the street with some food and said, here goes a sandwich? To be the person that would take a sandwich or take a meal from someone you don't know means you need it. Get it? Like, the people that they're giving food to obviously need it because people don't accept food, prepared food from people unless they need the food. Like, who would do that? Like, come on, guys. All right. It don't make sense. Then this story gets worse. Listen to this. The Kansas City Health Department defends pouring bleach on the food meant for the homeless. Not only did they stop these good people from giving food to fellow citizens who agreed, hey, I want it, thank you. Oh, I'm not selling it, so you're not paying for it. If you want it, you can have it. You don't have to take it. If you want it, you can have it. They not only stopped them from giving out the food, when they saw them with the food, you know what they did? They poured bleach on the food so they could not give the food to someone else. Because they could stop you from giving out the food, right? But they said, in case you're going to take the food and give it to someone else, we have to pour bleach on it because we want to make sure that no one eats the food that you're giving. And now, guys, the Kansas City Health Department says, hey, that makes sense. It makes sense. We can't have people getting food. Now, if those same people go dig in the trash and grab an old sandwich or an old slice of pizza and then get sick, that's fine. They don't care about that. But if you give them a sandwich, and the same risk that they're taking if they eat out the trash can, but if you give them a sandwich, somehow that's a problem. Like that's you gotta throw bleach on that. See, what I'm trying to tell you is it don't make any damn sense. All right, so this is what the health department said. The city claims it merely wanted to ensure no one could get sick eating the food. Out of fear of a possible E. coli or salmonella outbreak, Missouri Health Department officials poured bleach on food that was prepared for homeless people in Kansas City by volunteer group Free Hot Soup KC. The group planned to distribute an assortment of sandwiches, home-cooked chili, and soup on November 5th at a park. City officials intercepted volunteers gathered to pass out the food and seized it, claiming Free Hot Soup KC did not have a permit. The city also claimed the volunteers failed to prepare the food in approved kitchens, making the act of a charity a public safety risk. After confiscating the items, health inspectors poured bleach on them to ensure no one would try to eat them once they departed. Kansas City Mayor Sly James also agreed with the health department after he learned about the incident. He tweeted, "Rules are there to protect the public's health, and all groups must follow them. No exceptions." Members of the Free Hot Soup KC believe the department didn't destroy the food in the name of safety, but in the order to discourage homeless people from gathering in public spaces. Yeah, I agree, because if you really cared about homeless people, guess what? They wouldn't be homeless, mofo. You'd make sure they were indoors, and you'd make sure they had food. Like if you really care, like I really care about you. Can you got a place I can stay? Oh, nah, we can't do that. Yo, is that a sandwich you got in your hand? Get that sandwich down. I'm doing this because I care about you. It doesn't make any damn sense. See, I seen this when I was in Portland. I was on a comedy tour. I saw them cops coming, messing with the homeless people. They got signs that treat homeless people like animals. It's like, don't feed the homeless people. Those are what the signs say. Don't feed the homeless kids. If you feed them, they just want more food. It's the most backwards, most inhumane shit on the planet. One of the things that I want to do, me and my wife, this is something we've talked about last 20 years, right, is we want to open up our own soup kitchen. Right? Tim Black Soup Kitchen. That's something we want to do. We want to help people. Okay? In fact, we've talked about this for many years, because we know how unfair when we got together, man, it was so hard being teenagers trying to make it, right? We said if we ever got in a position, we would definitely good people try to help other people. That's all these folks are doing at the KC. God, I can't even talk, man. I can't even talk, man. Look, there's good people. There are good people out there. There are good people in this world. There are good people that care about other people. And to think that those people, that the government got to step in. Why can't you just go do some other shit? Why you got to get in the way between good people trying to help other people who need it? The homeless people aren't taking the sandwiches and going and buying liquor with them. They're eating it because they're hungry. They don't want homeless people on their streets. For them, it's like the homeless people can't die quick enough for them. For them, the homeless people are just an eyesore. They treat homeless people like animals. Worse than animals, because a dog, they feel sorry for a dog. They won't feel sorry for a person. In their mind, a person who does not have a home for whatever reason, it's their fault. Those opiates that they dump in these neighborhoods, this criminal justice system that locks you up, strips you of your ability to do a lot of things. One of them is find employment for a lot of people. Very hard to find employment. There are a lot of reasons why people are homeless. As I stated, a lot of people who are homeless have jobs. They just don't make enough money to pay the high-ass rent. We have a lot of problems in this country, y'all. A lot of problems. Members of this group argued that they should not need a permit to help their friends. Said, this is scaring all of us, said Terry McGaugh. We're not an establishment. We're not a not-for-profit. We're just friends trying to help people on the side. Yo, we got some scumbags, man. We got some backwards rules and laws on the books, man. Some backward rules and laws. We're not talking about somebody with a for-profit restaurant who don't have adequate kitchen. Of course I want them to have an adequate kitchen, y'all. Who wouldn't want the restaurant to have adequate kitchen? But this is just people showing up with food and handing it to people. This is not an establishment. They're not making money. Of course, it's gotta, come on, we gotta be, some fucking common sense here would be nice, man. Come on now. We're talking about regular people. All right, that's it. All right, guys, that's it for me tonight. That's it. I'm done. Thank you for being here. If you missed this show at any part of it, don't worry. You can come back. I will be restreaming it at midnight and then again at 2 o'clock. And then tomorrow we'll start again at, I think it's at 10 a.m. and then 12, noon, and then 2, and then 4. And then we have a new show. So by popular demand, we've been restreaming our shows so people who can't catch them live can catch them live and chat with friends because they enjoy chatting with people, not just watching the show. They like talking to people about the show as they watch the show. So that's why we restream so often. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. Help a friend. Don't let these cold bastards who work for the government or whatever they work for, the state or whatever, don't let them deter you. Help a friend, okay? Help your friends. Help people. Buy a brother a sandwich. Buy a sister a soda, a drink, a cup of coffee. Help someone find a place to stay. We need more compassion. That's what we need. All right? All right, that's it, guys. That's it. I love you guys. Don't forget, if you want to become a member of the Tim Black's Wolfpack, go to patreon.com, Tim's Take Live. You can also do the same thing on YouTube, and I encourage you to do it because we fight the good fight every day. I'll see you soon, and like I always say, don't you let nobody take your cornbread, and if you got any cornbread, won't you break off a piece and give it to a friend? Peace.
Tim Black. Tim Black. Tim Black. Yes, I am. truth, the funny, Tim Black. I am TimBlack.com. Tim Black.